Hi, it's Andy here from IELTS LMS, and in today's video I'm going to go through making a reading quiz using ChatGPT. Okay, we've seen before how easy it is to make a lesson with the IELTS LMS quiz builder, where you used other people's quizzes or quizzes that exist already. Now I'm going to show you how to make your own quiz. So this is a really great way to personalize things for your students and give them a better experience. So I'm going to use the growth package for this, but this works with starter, growth and unlimited. This all works on IELTS LMS, on the quiz building system. And so it's not restricted to any particular package. Now, I'm going to do this live except for the ChatGPT part. So I just want to show you how quick and easy it is. So let's start off. This is the homepage that you've got, something like this with your WordPress dashboard and your IELTS LMS dashboard here. Let me just go over to the ChatGPT part. I wrote a very basic prompt. Now you can spend more time on this and get better results. But this was just a couple of lines. Write an article, write 5 IELTS style multiple choice questions and give me the answers and explanations. It gave me a reasonably good text, as it always does. The text, it's kind of like, they're okay. They are a good start. I'd say, if I was giving it a band descriptor, it would be a solid 7.5. The grammar's always good. The vocabulary is okay. But it's kind of quite mechanical in terms of cohesion and coherence. But that's me being very critical as an examiner. The questions, again, they're a good starting place. If you're going to use ChatGPT, check everything really carefully. If you can, get someone else to do the test before you give it to any students. Because sometimes the questions are a little weird, or there may be more than one correct answer, or something that you don't quite like. But I'm going to use it here, as I often do, as a starting point. Okay, so that's my ChatGPT. Sometimes ChatGPT stops in the middle of a response, so you have to tell it to continue. But there are my text and my 5 answers. Okay, so let's get straight into making the quiz. So let's go back to here. All I need for this quiz is the IELTS LMS dashboard, the admin dashboard, which looks like that. And we're going to make this multiple choice reading quiz today. So I go into reading, and first of all I have to make a quiz. And add a new quiz. And my title of my essay was on communication, so I'm going to have Comms Revolution Demo. Okay, and I need to set a time, and the time I'm going to give my students to do this is going to be, let's say, it's only 5 questions, so let's say 15 minutes. This is where you set things up. Okay, so I've got my quiz name. I can just add sections and questions from here straight away, but I'm just going to go back to my quizzes part here and just make sure it's in there. This is my viewing button, this is my editing button, and this is where I add sections and questions. So I'm going to add some sections, or a section I should say. An IELTS reading quiz normally has 3 sections. You can add as many or as few as you like. And the section is just the article, really. So here we've got section 1 by default, section content, which you can edit to some extent with the inbuilt WordPress editor, and publish down there. So let's go ahead and get the text. So I'm just going to copy and paste the text from here. That's my text copied and pasted. As I said, I could mess around with that a little bit if I want to, but I'm just going to publish it like that. So now I need to add some questions. So back to here and add questions to comms rev demo, communication revolution demo. As you see, there's no questions here. Comms rev demo, that's the right quiz. So let's add a new question. The question number is automatically put in. You can change this later if you want. The section you have to select, even if there's just one section. So I'm selecting section 1. Now, the only difference between question 1 and all of the other questions on a section is you have to put in the instructions. So if it's a multiple choice, or if it's a single choice, or if it's a true, false, not given, or if you want to write no more than 3 words, this is where you put those instructions. So for this, it's a multiple choice. So I'm just going to say, read the article. Read the article and select the best answer. Okay, so these are just the student instructions. Enable Notepad. This enables the notepad at the top of the page so they can make their notes. That's all you need to do for the first question. So that comes before the first question. Now I go and add my question. I'll go back to my ChatGPT cheat. And here is my first question. So let's copy that. Put that in here. And I need how many answers? I need 4 answers, A, B, C, D. Single choice, so this means only one answer is correct. Multiple choice means there's 2, 3, or 4 questions. And fill in the blank, obviously fill in the blank. This is useful for tables and labels and things like that, but I'll show you more about that later. You can select how your answer appears, either a radio button, a round button, or a drop-down menu. I usually stick with radio buttons, but you can play around with this and see how it looks. So by default, we've got 1 answer. I need 4, so I'm going to add more options. So I've got 4 options for my answers there. Okay. And these are my possible answers. So I'm just going to copy and paste these in. Okay, so this is my last option, and I'll see there that the answer A is correct, apparently, according to ChatGPT. So I'll just copy that in, and then I will mark the first answer as correct. Okay. Now I need to assign how many points for that question. I'm just going to have 1 point for that question, but you can weight this in different ways. And here is where you put the question's explanation if you want to. I don't always fill this in because sometimes the location data is enough, but I did ask ChatGPT for an explanation and it did give me one. I don't know how good it is, but I'm just going to copy and paste that in there to show you where that data comes up. Okay. So that's it. I've got my first question. I've got my question instructions. I've enabled my notepad. I've got my question. I've got my selection of answers with the correct one indicated, my number of points, the explanation, and I just click publish. That's it. After that, you just repeat the process without the instructions. So if I just move my head out of the way, you'll see down here there is an add new question, and I can just click on that and it'll bring me up question 2, assigned section, section 1. Now this time I don't need to do anything with this. I can just leave that and I go straight to my question. So I can go back to my cheat sheet from ChatGPT. I can copy my question in, and then I can copy my answers. So I've got 4 answers. I'm not going to do that because it's not all that interesting to watch, but if I just put F, G, H, I in here, you'll get the idea. How many points? Question explanation. I'm just going to leave this blank this time and publish. And then I would just go through the same process again for the 5 questions. Add question. Okay, that's almost finished. The only other thing you have to do is add the location data. You have to tell the text where the each question is answered. And for that we need to go back to the edit of the section. Just move me out of the way again. And this is not difficult. It involves putting some curly and square brackets in. So some curly brackets to indicate where the complete answer is, and some square brackets to indicate the text and the question number. So let's presume, I'm not going to check this carefully, it takes a bit of time. Open a curly bracket, open a square bracket, and then if the answer was here, close the square bracket. So those first square brackets tell you the sentence, which is important, and the second square brackets tell you the question number. So that was question 1, and then we close the curly brackets and update saves it. Okay, and then question 2, we'll do the same thing again. Open a curly bracket, open a square bracket, and close, open question number 2, close and close. And that's it. It's really, really very simple. That's the end of the process. The most time-consuming part of this is getting a good text and making up the questions. The rest of it is kind of quite mechanical. So let's go back and see what this looks like. All of the beautiful and functional features in IELTS LMS are done for you automatically. So let's go back and have a look at this. Comms Rev Demo. I've got my view button here. So let's have a look at it. Okay. I've got my timer down here. I've got my question palette, my review and start buttons, my question palette down here, 2 questions. All of that's done very nicely. And I can click to start the test. The timer starts counting down. All of the functions, the resizable windows, the resizable text, the notepad. These are the instructions that we said, read the article and select the best answer. We've got the highlighting function here. So all that's beautiful, works very well, very simple. Now, let's choose some answers and submit this just to see what the solution looks like. View the solution. So I only got 1 out of 2 correct. This is the time I spent. This is the band score based on, the band score is calculated on 40 questions. So unless you're doing 40 proper IELTS questions, this doesn't make much sense. But you get a percentage score, which does make sense. Okay, so there I have my first question was right. My location data, flashing orange, my explanation there, okay? And here, my location data is there. And now you see down here, there's an answer missing. That's because I did not select an answer when I did it. So this is easy to correct. Question 2 needs an answer, so I can go back to my quiz builder, back to questions, and select question 2, edit. And down here, see, I did not choose one of these. So let's choose which one is correct and then save the changes. Okay. So that's very, very easy to do. Sometimes I forget to put in the location data. Sometimes I forget that. So this is all very easy to edit and to make it look nice and work correctly in the end. And that's really it. So you've finished your test, your new quiz. If you want to make a new course out of that, you can quite easily with the course builder. Once you make a few tests, you can do that. We did this in the one of the previous videos, Andy's demo mini, and that's all there is to it. I hope you take the opportunity to have a look at this. It's very, very powerful. It looks really good and it's really, really worthwhile. Over the coming few weeks, I'm going to make some more videos about how to do listening, writing and speaking, and also how to make slightly more complex question types, like write no more than 4 words or labeling a diagram or things like that. Okay, I hope that helps. Stay tuned for more, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. See you next time.